Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Far Off Films. I'm Floopy Doopy. That's me, Floopy Doopy, Luca, the killer. Yeah, that's me. Take it away, boys.
I'm Spring Flap or whatever the fuck his name is from Five Nights at Freddy's.
And I'm Freddy Fazbear from Freddy Fazbear on Oon Productions.
Oh.
Yeah. That's its name, right?
And this is Five Nights at Faro Films, baby.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah. Sorry, I'd like to announce that we are officially rebranding ourselves as a FNAF podcast. So from now on, we will only be talking about FNAF related shit.
So if you skip to 35 minutes and 47 seconds into the movie, you can actually see this one image that relates to Freddy's backstory. If you look closely in the background, you can actually see that it relates to the Freddy Fazbear and how he got his tail fluff arc from the first game.
That's just a theory, a tube theory.
Oh god.
More like a gay theory.
Yeah.
Do we want to just jump into FNAF, or
That's just
do we want to just jump into FNAF, or do we, Jules? Did you want to briefly talk about whatever dumb shit? Okay, I guess we could just jump right. into
I want to get into FNAF.
We might as well. I mean, what was the movie news like? Strike over, let's fucking go, woohoo!
Yeah, woohoo! All right, not important. Yeah, get to FNAF.
FNAF.
Fuck.
Awful.
What is there to talk about? Yeah, it was dog shit. It was awful. And it didn't.
So
I could not.
Shit.
Terrible.
Like. Yeah.
So you guys didn't see this in a theater, right?
No.
Like you guys. Okay,
No,
because
I was not going to subject myself.
Because
to
apparently, and this is just purely based on what I've been hearing. Apparently, the theater going experience for this movie is so tremendously fucking awful that like 12-year-old kids have been like ruining the theater experience. Like they've been like talking like nonstop, and like they're like, "Oh my god, it's Freddy Fazbear!" Like it's like a Marvel audience, but like somehow worse. Where apparently people got into fights. Apparently, I mean, I don't know if that's like 100% true, but
I saw that video.
Yeah, no, I think you showed me that video. But either way, it's like the FNAF. This movie was made for that audience specifically and literally no one else, and I guess they're happy. I guess they liked the movie, but as a person who doesn't give a single flying fuck about FNAF, it was like legitimately like the movie wasn't even funny bad. It didn't even have the decency to be funny bad. It was just really, really fucking boring. Like it was boring and cringe. That's the best way to sum up my feelings about the movie. Like zero enjoyment whatsoever.
Okay, I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, but genuinely, like, if you are above the age of 12 and you still like FNAF, I'm sorry, but
grow the fuck up.
Yeah, grow up. Like, please get some friends. Okay.
Yeah, get some friends.
I don't know, check yourself into a mental hospital for a few years. You'll be okay. No, I'm joking about that one. That's mean. But seriously, it is just such a baby thing, and it is really annoying, and like grow up. Because this movie is literally just, it's made for 12-year-olds. Yeah, like
it's made for babies. Yeah, like it's a PG-13
I know
horror
people
movie,
my age who genuinely loved this film.
Same.
Like it's a PG-13 horror movie.
What the fuck
for
were y'all
babies.
smoking? Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
I want some of that shit, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Well,
like...
well, I guess like I know some people like really liked the animatronics, but I didn't. I disagree. I thought the
No,
animatronics looked like dog
terrible.
shit. Yeah, they looked awful.
They looked terrible.
They did look awful.
Yeah, and it's like, and they also
They
overcoated.
They looked too clean and polished.
Yeah,
like they didn't look like they'd been sitting in storage since the 80s or whenever the fuck.
And also the way that they directed the animatronics, they didn't feel like animatronics. And I know like, animatronics, they're, supposed to be like these like rigid things, but
stiff.
Also, aren't animatronics supposed to be, then why don't they just call them statues then? Like, I thought the point of animatronics was because they were supposed to have like this ability to move around, but like when like in the movie it's like they have the
not really
the camera in like a wide shot, and then like they cut to like one of them just holding something, like their hand isn't even moving, like, or anything. Like, it's like, it's really dumb, like how like the movie's just directed and how they show these animatronics as well.
And then just the way that they operate is just the most inconsistent shit ever. It's like you're seriously expecting me to believe that they can somehow just magically teleport or transport themselves to fucking wherever because that was in the game.
They're
but
ghosts,
then they also
Timmy. They're the ghosts of dead children that I didn't know.
Dead children that they stuffed inside animatronics.
I had to ask someone who knew about the lore if that was actually like in the games or if it was some dumb shit that they made up for the movie. Because I thought it was some dumb shit that they made up for the movie, but apparently that's like actually a part of the Five Nights at Freddy's lore, is that they're like dead children.
I was already familiar with that. It was really, really stupid. But the way they executed that was just the most idiotic shit ever. That end reveal. I guess we're spoiling them for FNAF. Not that you should give a shit, but spoilers for FNAF. The ending was literally the stupidest shit ever. It's revealed that like Matthew Lillard, like the guy who was like trying to get PETA from Hunger Games like a job at the Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, secretly he was the kidnapping molester who stuffed the children in the animatronics, and he's been manipulating the strings and he but like the kids suddenly turn on him when the little baby girl like draws a picture of him killing them. Like, what? Like
you know what I found the funniest thing is that the whole entire time the cop knew that like these animatronics were evil and stuff, and then like
and did nothing.
Did jack shit.
She still like played around with them, and then there's that like scene where like the girl and like they're all playing with the animatronics, but the cop knew the whole time that these were like bad things, and then she just said nothing like the whole movie.
Their reasoning for not helping is just the most flimsy, pathetic excuse ever. She was
play sequence.
Yeah, she was just like,
my God.
Oh my God, I'd love to help, but I can't because my dad has too much influence on me. Like, what? What does that even mean? Like, she's just the most useless piece of shit ever.
The dad's just a fucking guy in an office.
Like, it would make sense. Like,
what did the dad even do?
Yeah, like, and is that the only reason? Like, this whole movie. Like the moment you think about it in this, like the moment you put it under the lightest of scrutiny, just makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Like I still didn't understand why exactly the cop couldn't help Josh Hutcherson. I forgot his last name. How he couldn't help PETA from Hunger Games, like, at all. She like just made these vague excuses where it's like, oh, the dad has a control over me and I can't, do anything about it. Like, what does that mean? Like,
oh, I wonder if that dad's gonna turn out to be evil.
Ooh, yeah, like, oh my God, like, and the Matthew Lillard twist was
the second that they lingered on that one shot after him putting down the phone. I was like, oh, he's
the bad guy.
The serial killer. That's it.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why did...
It would have been like greatest twist of all time if I was if I was like 5.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is like it's like an M. Night Shyamalan twist to be like, oh, no way. He was the bad guy
oh my
the
god,
whole
he was
day.
Springtrap the whole time.
He was Jigsaw the whole time.
Spring flap.
And then why did he put on the suit while it was
Spring
crushing him to death? I was so confused. I was like, why are you doing this? Like, is this to set up a sequel or some shit? Like, that was the only thing I could think of as to why he did that to himself. Like, is he gonna be a big bad guy in FNAF 2? Like, I don't...
Is he gonna turn into a robot?
I guess.
Who wrote this movie? How much random shit did they have to?
Well, I know.
I think there was like 5 writers on this.
About
I know the creator of FNAF, Scott.
The game's
Cawthorn,
creator.
was like,
yeah, the creator wrote this.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
So like already, like we're just like
Mr. donates to Ron DeSantis and fucking Mitch McConnell.
Imagine having to like sit in the writer's room and like try explain all this random bullshit lore you've created just to like because like the whole thing about these games is that
Do you reckon they watched?
Random... Sorry.
I said, do you reckon they watched one of MatPat's videos in the writer's room?
Yeah, probably. They were like, oh my god, we can use that for the video.
That's why they fucking cameoed him.
movie.
That's why they cameoed him in the movie, and it was the most cringe shit ever. It's like, oh, did you know that lunch is actually the most important meal of the day? But that's just my theory. And I was just like, fuck off. Like, I've never...
Yeah, no, that was dumb.
I never thought I'd ever say this, but
so
MatPat
awful.
genuinely made me want to commit Minecraft. Like, I never thought I would ever say that in my life, but MatPat wanted me to commit Minecraft the moment.
Watch what you say. He might make a theory on it.
Oh,
but
God.
anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah,
By far off
like,
films is ass.
the whole thing about this movie is that like, or the game is that the creator just randomly created it, and he was like, oh shit, this is getting popular. Let me make up some random bullshit so people like have some lore and like story to connect to and like dissect and blah 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 blah. So it like maintains this popularity. So the lore of FNAF is just some bullshit that this random guy came up with. So imagine this random guy trying to explain this stuff in the writer's room to the other writers, and they're all just sitting there like,
What the fuck?
the fuck? Like we are in shambles.
Yeah, and I think like that wouldn't be so
There's
bad.
a reason this movie took so long to make. This thing's been in development. I think like Chris Columbus was going to direct it for like a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, this is an uncrackable thing. Like, this is like something that just should never have been made into a movie. Like, there's no way. Like, it's like, I'm sure it could have been better than this, but like, there's really no way to adapt this. Like, it's just, I think you'd be fucked. Like, I don't think not even like Charlie Kaufman could like write a
No, I mean,
script out of this.
I
don't think
at
you
least
could.
Fun.
I think
Like,
you could.
I
I think it's totally possible to turn this like absolute piece of shit concept into like something competent. Like, I don't know. Like, I think like you mentioned Chris Columbus, and he didn't direct, but he wrote Gremlins. Like, if you got like a Joe Dante type like director to make something like this, I'm sure it could have been like at least like a decently fun movie. But that's like the main problem with this film. It's not even fun. Like, okay, taking aside the horror elements of this film, which are ass, taking aside the fact that like, taking aside all the animatronics, the scary parts, whatever, like, the film is just so insanely boring because it dedicates so much fucking time to PETA's weird, like, drama about, like, him trying to find his missing brother who got, like, kidnapped when he was, like, a 10-year-old in the woods or some shit, and it's just, like, why is the movie focusing so much time on this? Like, it's, like, there are so many scenes that are just dedicated to him, like, going back, it's like some Satoshi Kon, like, Paprika type shit where he like goes back to his dream and then like so that he could try to like figure out who the fuck kidnapped his brother and like why he was kidnapped and all this other stuff, and then the ghosts of the Freddy Fazbear and the animatronics are also invading his dream, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, is this Paprika or some shit? Like, why are we doing this? Like, why does this matter? I thought I signed up for a FNAF movie to watch animatronics like kill people, and it doesn't even deliver on that. That was like what, like 20% of the movie, like 25%, if I'm being generous.
All the kills were fucking off screen.
Yeah, and they were all off screen.
There was no satisfying nature to it.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this? Funny games? Like,
what is... fucking pussies, commit or don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie is, for me, a 1 out of 10 movie, like, so genuinely awful. So if you want a movie that's 100% better than this, technically speaking, so like,
about to say.
Willy's Wonderland,
100% technically speaking, just there's a movie called Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, there we go.
Like,
yeah,
that's that's just this, but like technically 100% better. Not a good movie at all.
Still,
but
yeah,
I would
100%
say
better.
that it's 100% better than the FNAF movie, and FNAF is like, it's not even a 1 out of 10. It's like a 0.00001 out of 10 movie. Like,
and also, you have to remember that Willy's Wonderland had Nicolas Cage. Like, at least you got like an entertaining, like funny bad Nicolas Cage performance out of it. Even if he was like barely in the movie.
And at least you got blood and like guts and shit. You know, like
and
there's some sense of enjoyment in there, but like this movie is just nothing. It's not a movie.
It is such a movie. Yeah, it is.
It's not a movie.
It's like Jules said. Like, the horror elements are just so fucking tame. It's like they're like they constantly pussy out of showing like actual real like deaths or at least like gore, because again, you have to remember this is a PG-13 horror movie. This is a horror movie for babies, for literal fucking children.
This movie literally feels like it was like made by like the same people that made like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's just like some fan movie. It's just like some fan movie that like
it honestly felt like fan fiction.
This feels like YouTube quality.
Literally it does.
This felt like fan fiction. Like it felt like the writing, at least, like felt like it was ripped straight out of like a FNAF fan fiction. Like, I couldn't believe how unbelievably cringe the writing was. Yeah,
it was the creator like fan fictioning over himself.
I guess that's true. Yeah,
it's already fan fiction.
Yeah, the whole concept of FNAF and the lore behind it is fan fiction. Oh my god! And then,
but yeah, like, actually just dreadful movie. 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
so awful.
And then
nothing,
and all the characters are just the most over the top, like, unrealistic cartoons ever, which wouldn't even be so bad if like the rest of the movie's tone like matched.
They felt cartoons to you. They felt like literally blank slates to me.
Well, like Matthew Lillard,
nothing, just like the movie.
Well, okay, I'll say PETA from Hunger Games. Like, he was just a blank slate of nothing of a character. He was just like, oh, I gotta take care of my sister, so I gotta get job, blah blah blah. Like, but like, what was that subplot about, like, the aunt like trying to ruin his life or whatever so that she can get custody of the sister? Because like, and it was so confusing. I was like, why the fuck is this here?
Necessary.
Yeah, but like,
nothing was necessary.
She was so over the top evil. I was like, you're honestly kind of worse than the actual animatronic like puppets in this movie. Like, why aren't you the bad guy?
I like how her plan was like, oh yeah, just trash the restaurant. Like, no one's even gonna look in there. Like, it's an abandoned restaurant since the 80s.
It's already been trashed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, wow, you really showed him.
Wow, you made a dumpster even more of a dumpster. Cool.
Yeah,
wow,
exactly.
You took a shit in a dumpster. Well done.
And that's the only reason why that scene even had, like, the justification for that scene is so stupid, because it only exists just so that like someone could die in that moment. Like, because they probably realized the movie was so boring, because literally there were no kills and nothing was happening. They were like, fuck, we gotta like spice this up. We gotta like include some deaths and kills. So, you know, let's throw in these random robbers, vagrants, whatever, like, and then have them get killed by the puppets, the animatronics. Like, that's the only reason why that scene even exists. But even then, like you said, like, there's no enjoyment to be had from the horror. It's like the most incompetent, like this is some like fucking horror 101 shit where it's like, at the very least, if you're going to make a shitty horror movie, like, could you at least like make the kills entertaining? Like, could you at least like make the deaths like somewhat exciting to watch? Like that's the only reason why like people watch those shitty slasher sequels like Friday the 13th or Halloween or whatever. Because like they're not great movies, but at least you're getting fun, satisfying deaths from it. Like even in the beginning when we talked about The Threegan, like that movie was also like a shitty PG-13 horror movie that constantly pussied out on like, actually delivering like decent quality like deaths and horror. But at least like sometimes
this one pussied out even harder.
Yeah, but this one pussied out even harder. This one was even more like just like, oh, we just implied off screen that the person died horribly, but we're not going to show it because fuck you. Like, oh my god, like it's just the most annoying, like irritating, aggravating shit ever. I was so pissed off. I was so mad like most of the time while I was watching the movie. It's like I thought I came to see a horror movie, not like Baby Time, the baby movie. Like, I mean, I guess it is also that because it's FNAF, but still, I was
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was so mad the whole time.
I was mostly just... I was shocked at how bad the directing was. Like, it felt fucking amateur the way that, like, everything is framed and everything is shot. Like, and all the actors, they feel like they've been given, like, zero direction on, like, their characters or anything. Like, especially, like, the cop lady, she was so bad. Like, I don't know what the director told her, or like, it seems like every single aspect of it was just like, I kind of went into it knowing I probably wasn't gonna like it and it was gonna be bad, but I could not have expected just like every single of the filmmaking aspect of it to be just bad.
Yeah, it's the most incompetent thing. And you mentioned the cop lady being awful. Yeah, she was dog shit, but like Josh Hutcherson,
she was terrible.
Was like also surprised. I guess it's not that surprising since I've never seen him like give like an amazing performance or anything. Like he like some of the line delivery he gives is just so awful. Like he was either just like super monotone or just like really cringe. Like when he was like the scenes where he's like trying
or the director was just like, oh yeah, say it like you're sad. And that was the only direction.
Yeah, but like even when like the scene where he's trying to be scared or whatever, it's just so unconvincing. Like when I think it was the Fox animatronic or whatever, like runs after him and he's like, like when he's trying to scream, but it sounds so fake and artificial. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? So yeah, just a lot of line delivery is just awful, and the way the film is shot is also like weirdly incompetent too. Like it's like it thinks it's cool,
I know.
Like where it's like every time it like tries to like transition between like reality and like the dream, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, who do you think you are? Like Charlie Kaufman? Like, who do you think you are? This is the FNAF movie, for crying out loud. But yeah. Jesus Christ.
I also don't know what you thought, but I thought it was a really fucking ugly movie. And it was not that it was shot poorly, but like just I couldn't see shit in some of the scenes. It looked so bad. Like it was so dark, and it is an abandoned place, but like, give me some fucking lighting for Christ's sake! Like
this movie had lighting.
It looked so awful. Yeah, I know, crazy.
So.
Yeah, it looked really ugly. The color palette sucked.
Is this getting a sequel? Like, are we getting a FNAF 2 anytime soon? Because this did like
Definitely.
pretty well, right?
Definitely.
Okay. FNAF 2. Yeah, I mean, I hope not, because I don't want to sit through more of this shit. But I mean, at the same time,
I'm not gonna see it. Just don't watch it.
Yeah, I guess I won't watch it. I guess I'm just really bummed that, like, you know, there are plenty of great, like, horror movies for kids that can, like, actually be effectively, like, scary. Like, like Coraline. Like Coraline is like a perfect example.
Or Monster House.
Yeah, or Monster. Yeah, I mean, I guess
Monster
so.
House.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Coraline and like
don't diss Monster House. Monster House is fucking awesome.
It's a childhood nostalgia movie for me. I definitely
we won't take slander on Monster
I'm not
House.
slandering Monster House. I remember liking it, but okay, yes, Monster House or Coraline or even Nightmare Before Christmas. Like you can totally make a horror movie for kid, or at least like make an effective like PG-13 horror movie. Like Drag Me to Hell. Like Drag Me to Hell is PG-13, but that's an incredibly like effective and scary movie. Like you can totally do all the things that this movie like deludes itself into thinking that it's accomplishing, but it's just the most incompetent shit ever. Like everything about this movie is just so incompetent. The directing's bad, the writing's bad, the acting is bad, the way it's shot is bad, the special effects look bad. Like everything is just like it just seemed like this entire movie was just like
it's terrible.
Like the D team was in charge of making this movie, like of every department ever, except like maybe Matthew Lillard, which I love a lot. I love Matthew Lillard so much, and he did not deserve to be in this piece of shit. And I understand. I'll give him some respect. He was like kind of trying. I guess
I'm not mad. I still love him.
Yeah, I still love Matthew Lillard, but holy God, like was he so awful? So. Like, you got Stu from Scream, and how could you possibly waste him like this, man? Like, come on. So
yeah, you got the guy from Twin Peaks.
Yeah, you got Shaggy from the James Gunn Scooby-Doo movies. Like, make him say zoinks. So, but I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about the FNAF movie unless you guys had like any other specific thoughts.
No,
it was bad. I hated it so much.
So you guys also didn't get any ironic enjoyment out of this movie, right? Because I tried my best to get that kind of enjoyment out of this movie, but it was impossible. I couldn't.
Not in any department. It's enjoyable. Not one.
Well, I mean, we'll probably come back to this topic again once FNAF 2 comes, and we'll all watch it and then hate ourselves again. So
I'm not watching that.
Nah, I'm not watching.
I'm not watching that.
I watched this out of morbid curiosity to see how bad it was, but now that I know the standards, like, yeah.
They just need to. You know what they should do? The only way that I would be interested in seeing, I mean, I'll probably still see it anyway, but like the only way that they can just ditch, because this is literally the lowest bar possible. You can only go up from here. So like, I don't know, get a different director, a director that like, you know, like James Wan. Maybe get James Wan to direct the sequel. Like James Wan could actually turn this into something not shitty. Yeah, you know, it probably won't be anything
If James
good.
Wan directs it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, James Wan directing, get an entirely new cast, get an entirely new slate. Just like get the cast from Saw 1 to be in this movie, and it will be fucking genius. It will be awesome. Like, and then I'll watch FNAF 2. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is a 1 out of 10. Yeah. It was awful, dog shit. Don't watch it. So,
yeah. Yeah, it was terrible. I hate it. I think this is a genuinely really terrible film.
It's the worst movie of the year.
I don't think it's the worst movie. I've seen a couple films that are worse than this.
Second worst.
What have you guys possibly seen that's worse?
I've
only seen one film worse.
I've seen...
Well, what is it?
Sound of Freedom was worse than this, if I'm being honest. Oh, well, I don't think...
There's no ways Ant-Man 3 is worse than this.
Was Ant-Man 3 released this year? I totally did not know that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, yeah, it was. I just never added it to my list. I guess I'm adding it right now, so...
Yeah. Yeah, 1 out of 10. Fuck this film. Terrible. Hated it.
Yeah. I mean, I already said that, but yeah, just truly awful. 1 out of 10. Garbage.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, cool.
Well,
speaking of garbage...
Oh, The killer, the new Finch boy, the new Finch.
Yeah.
The new David Finch, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what did we think about
Davy Finchy?
Yeah, what did we think about the new David Finch? Davy Finchy, yeah. So
I really loved it. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Okay.
But I know that some people do not share this opinion.
I know some people really, really loved it. I thought it was good. It was good.
I'm on that side.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I'm saying this as a huge fan of Fincher's filmography. Like I have like at least 2 of his movies are like perfect 10 out of 10s for me. But yeah, this is not. I liked it. I thought it accomplishes what it set out to achieve. But yeah, I would not consider this anywhere near his best films. I think this is probably one of the lower tier Fincher films, and I'm saying this as someone who still liked the movie. I didn't think it was like amazing or great or anything, but it was still good. So,
honestly, I would disagree. I'd say it's up in the higher tier of his films.
Really? Okay.
He's such a fantastic. Well, no, but just because he's such a fantastic filmmaker, that he's only ever had like a few misses, really.
Yeah, I would say as far as misses, the only Fincher films that I think I genuinely just don't like are Alien 3 and Benjamin Button. I've never liked either of them. So, but yeah. So. Yeah. Anyway, Luca,
what did you think?
Kind of boring, not gonna lie. Like, I'm sorry.
I understand Fincher, that. I could totally understand that. Yeah.
Fincher doesn't do it for me.
Oh, you're not
even like Gone Girl, which is supposed to be like his best movie. Like,
I would not say it's
like
his best
that movie,
yeah.
But like I don't like love it as much as a lot of people do.
You're not a big Finch head.
Have you seen Zodiac?
Yeah, have you seen Zodiac and Social Network?
I have not seen Zodiac.
Oh, you got to get on Zodiac. Zodiac's amazing. Like,
oh, well, you may be watching it sooner than you think.
And I love the Social Network, but everyone fucking loves
yes,
obviously. Yeah, everyone loves it. Yeah. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah, but that's like the only one that I've really like loved and stuck with. Like everything else, kind of I like. And this is like the first Fincher that I haven't really been fully on board with, honestly. I just kind of think it was kind of like just like a less effective like kind of Coen Brothers movie. And maybe that's a weird analogy to make, but to me like this movie kind of feels like it's trying to be like that kind of self-aware kind of parody-esque of the genre that it's in, while still trying to be a part of the genre that it's in, if that makes sense.
No, you know? I understand, and I totally get what you mean. I feel like it's less. I mean, I'm saying this as someone who is not that well versed in the assassin genre, I guess if you can call it a genre, but I felt like it was also poking fun at not just the genre itself, but also kind of David Fincher in general, because I remember some people were mentioning that like this was kind of Fincher's like satirical take on a David Fincher-esque type movie, because the character is also very much like a David Fincher type character, and like his like constant inner like in the first like 30 minutes of the movie, the dude will not shut the fuck up. Like he's constantly like inner monologuing himself.
See, I actually the first 30 minutes is what I really liked. After he starts going on his ramble bullshit, and he like goes into like just this regular ass dude killer walking around different cities mode. That's when it started to get boring for me. I was into those first 30 minutes. I liked those first 30 minutes. Like it was interesting. It was kind of funny, but then the rest of it kind of just turns into like kind of something more generic, I guess. And I just wasn't there for it. I just didn't vibe with it that much.
It's funny, like, I totally agree with what you're saying, but for some reason I was never bored. Like, It's like
I mean,
Yeah,
if you found it entertaining, then you found it
well,
entertaining.
no, but
yeah,
it's for me it's weird because like I never found the film boring, but I also like could really feel the runtime of this film. Like it really felt like the film was like padding itself out. Like, but which is strange because I don't really feel this way about some of Fincher's other films, you know, like Zodiac is almost 3 hours long, but I'm never bored watching that film. Like that film fucking flies by. Like Gone Girl is like almost 2.5 hours long, but I can easily put that on any day of the week, and it's such a really not fast paced, but like it feels fast paced because of the way it's like structured and edited, you know. But like this has a shorter runtime than both those movies, yet this felt longer than the others because at a certain point I was just kind of annoyed by how repetitive the movie was getting because, like you said, I liked the first 30 minutes. Like
I was about to say
I
that.
really loved both, like from a satirical perspective, where it's like, okay, Fincher is clearly like, it's very obvious that Fincher is like purposely making this guy like pretentious as possible because he's poking fun at both the samurai genre and then himself. But then when he's just constantly like running around to different countries to kill different people. Sorry, no, assassin. That's what I meant. I know.
Genre.
Fincher. I only mentioned samurai because Fincher said La Samurai is like an influence of the film, influence to this film, which I've been meaning to watch. I've never seen, but I really want to watch after I've seen this. But like once he starts like running around, like going to different places, killing people, I'm just like, okay. I mean, it's entertaining. I didn't think it was boring at all. I really was invested. But I still couldn't help but feel just how repetitive and monotonous everything was being. Like literally the only break.
Like it was like he goes to a place and then he kills someone and then he goes on a plane and then they're like, "Oh, you have a new name, cool." And then he goes to a place,
which were all old TV show characters.
And then he gets a new name and then he goes on a plane again and then like. Yeah, like
I was gonna say, Jules, you mentioned they're all teenager. I didn't realize that. That's kind of cool. Yeah. So
yeah, because honestly, I thought that this film was really excellent because I think that it reminded me a lot of like the old like police procedural genre movies like Bullet and like Dirty Harry and whatnot, and I think it's mostly a film about quest for perfection because he never fucking he doesn't really ever get that perfect kill, which inherently frustrates him, like, which is kind of funny at times. It's like when he kills that one guy with the nails accidentally and he's like, "Oh, I thought I had more time, like I thought I had 7 minutes before he would bleed out," and then he just bleeds out right in front of him.
It's kind of funny, yeah. It was clearly
I quite liked its episodic structure, because I think it's kind of David Fincher's poking fun at himself, like in his own perfectionist way of like, I made one dumb mistake, do it all again, but we'll do it better this time. And I think that it has some structure problems. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I thought his even though it's barely the focus of the film, the character, I don't know what it was his girlfriend. I thought that angle was kind of dumb, especially the ending of it.
I thought she was his daughter for a second. I was like, oh, okay, your daughter's dead. But then I was just like, when he had that conversation with the brother, I was like, oh, you're his girl. Okay, I was so confused for a second. So.
Yeah, and I liked his kind of like working his.
Oh yeah, you carry on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I liked the hierarchy nature of it, of him like going up the chain of people, like stretching all the way back from like the lawyer to the brute to the expert, and then finally to the client.
Yeah,
who was played by Alice Howard from fucking Full Metal Jacket and Jurassic Park 2, which is nice to.
I was
nice
wondering
to see he's
where
still getting work.
I was wondering where I recognized him from because he looked so familiar. But you're right. He was from Full Metal Jacket.
He's Cowboy in Full Metal Jacket.
That's why he felt so familiar. Yeah. So
the British villain in Jurassic Park 2.
He was also in Mank, which I don't remember at all. So, but I mean, there's another David Fincher connection. Yeah,
that's a forgettable movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I will say this: I liked this more than Mank. Like Mank, I gave like a 7 a long time ago because at the time I was like, "Ooh, new David Fincher, I like this." But then like, I mean, yeah, I barely remember anything about it other than like the technical elements and then Gary Oldman. So I dropped it down to a 6. This I know for sure I like more than Mank.
Didn't he only made that film because like his late father wrote the script for it many years ago.
So it's kind of it was
so he just made a movie out of it.
It was a take one for the team type movie then, I guess. Because it did very much feel it didn't seem like something like David Fincher
unlike
would like
him.
Yeah, unlike him. Like this feels more like something what he would be more interested in. I mean, he even got like the writer of Seven, Andrew Kevin Walker, to like write the script as well. So like it definitely seems like he's trying to go back to that like Seven girl with the dragon tattoo type movie experience type shit. I mean, I think both of those movies are better than this, but you know, like it definitely felt like he was trying to go for something similar. So yeah, I don't know about you guys.
Can we talk about the fight with?
No, go ahead. Yeah, I think this coincides with what I was gonna say anyway.
I was gonna say. Can we talk about the fight with the brute guy? Because I thought that was an amazing scene.
See, I liked the fight itself. I thought like the fight the fight choreography, was surprisingly good. Like I didn't think I don't usually
it was really excellent.
Yeah, I don't usually like correlate fight scenes with David Fincher at all, but like it was very well coordinated and honestly kind of well shot. I was a bit like there was a bit like shaky cam in there, and I'm never ever a big fan of shaky cam whatsoever. With like a couple exceptions, but the way it was
it's weird he used it because he never really uses historically he's never really used shaky cam.
I mean, yeah, when
any of his films,
David Fincher, like when you look at his like other movies, like it's the complete opposite of shaky cam. Like part of the appeal of David Fincher is like how perfect and precisely shot everything is. Like everything
methodical.
Is just like everything is methodical, and here like there's a lot of shaky cam but it like worked well for that scene. It worked well for that moment. Like I liked
it did.
Yeah, it fit the character. It fit the character in
the shaky cam nature works to that frantic kind of sloppy, fast-paced nature of it, which I mean he kind of always knows like what he wants. Like I think he also, by the way, did you guys know that he shot this film with documentary cameras, actually?
Oh, did he? That's interesting.
Yeah, he used a camera that is mostly used for like sea documentaries on like savannah documentaries. I guess because he probably thought that was funny. Like, I'm gonna shoot it like a documentary with documentary cameras.
I mean, that's what I really like about David Fincher's like approach to filmmaking in general. Like, he doesn't like he will always try either the most newest innovative like tech, or he will just like use like unconventional cameras, because he's been shooting everything digitally since like Zodiac, probably even before then, right?
Yeah, I think Panic Room might have been shot
digitally.
Okay,
yeah, but he's been shooting everything digitally, and like unlike like a Michael Mann movie. Yeah, like unlike a Michael Mann movie or something, you know, like where this is very obviously digital, like
Miami Vice.
Yeah, like this is so like he's kind of perfected the way he shoots his films. Like you can never really tell like if you didn't know anything about David Fincher and you saw like The Social Network or something, you would have been fooled into thinking, oh, this is like shot on film. No, it's actually shot on digital. And he continues that trend with this, where it's like it's very like you can tell that this is very shot in a different way with different tech, but it's still like, but it fits this specific film. Like I like, now that you mentioned that this was made with documentary cameras, like that kind of fits the movie. Like I kind of like the way it's shot, because it almost kind of like constructs itself as like some kind of weird like documentary about a hitman assassin
documentary
type. Yeah. So, but I was just gonna mention on that fight scene. So the fight itself is great. I like the way it's shot. I like its coordination, all that stuff. But I don't know about you guys, but I thought the music in that moment was really, really stupid. like, because I normally like Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, but I don't know what was going on with like the original like score of the film. Like, I liked the use of the Smiths. I thought the inclusion of the Smiths was actually like a fitting choice for this type of film.
10 Smith songs
Yeah,
or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like 100, 10, 12 Smith songs. But like the moment like the original music comes in, I was like, ugh, I'm not digging this whatsoever. So
I don't know. I really liked it.
okay, yeah, that's just me. That's just how I feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I liked how the sound design was used to build the tension in especially in that opening.
I love
with
the
sniper.
I love
how the Smiths shifted kind of in and out.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah,
just
no, I
gonna
was
say,
done.
yeah, I was just gonna say, sorry, I totally agree. Yeah, I love the sound design of this film, like, because I was watching the film with pretty good headphones, and yeah, I could hear like the the music shift back and forth, like loud on my right ear and quiet on my left ear.
It sounded really good in the cinemas.
Yeah, it was. I have to imagine. Yeah, because I really love the sound design of this film as well. It was almost kind of like a Baby Driver, like his Baby Driver, like kind of played around with the sound design as well with like the licensed music and stuff. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah. Luca, is there anything else you wanted to add to this discussion? We've been going back and forth. We're big Finch heads, so that's why we're pretty enthusiastic. Yeah.
Finch heads.
Yeah, I don't think I really have much to say. Just besides the fact that I liked the first 30 minutes, but then I just kind of fell off it for the rest of the film. You can't have Tilda Swinton and have her in one scene.
Yeah, that was shocking.
No, but she was awesome though.
She was awesome.
Yeah, I liked Tilda Swinton.
She was
yeah.
awesome. But like,
that was a really great moment when he shoots her and it was revealed she actually had the knife in her hand and was going to stab him the whole time.
Help a girl out, won't you?
I thought that was a really great reveal.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I did kind of like that. I mean, your movie's always going to hook me back in when Tilda Swinton walks on screen, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, nothing really else much to say. Do you guys have more to say, or should we just move on?
I was gonna say, did you not like the way it was shot, or like the fight scene, like in Florida or anything? Not like I mean, like, stood out to you.
I guess it looked nice, but like it wasn't really like jumping at me. It didn't really. Yeah, I wasn't really like, oh, this is like, like it was technically impressive, sure, but like that is just a staple of Fincher, like it would be surprising if it wasn't technically impressive, but even then, like it wasn't something whereas it was jumping out of me and I was like connecting to it or thought it was like the most amazing thing ever or whatever,
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
And yeah. But yeah, like I don't know, it reminded me of Burn After Reading a lot. And like the way that film is shot and presented, and it like, for me, it just kind of felt like a shittier version of that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I haven't seen Burn After Reading, so I can't really speak to that. So.
You should watch it. I think you'll like it.
I don't know where you're getting these connections from, honestly, Luca, to Burn After Reading of all films.
They are both films that critique spy movies.
But doing so in extremely different ways.
Yeah, but like the parallels are there. Like, I'm not saying they're the exact same movie, but there's certain parallels. They both kind of use like the cinematography with like overhead shots and like showing locations of the area and like map view and stuff like that. Like they both kind of like hinge on these tropes and like use them to add to the visual flair of the film. But yeah, it just didn't really work for me that hard. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I mean, I really liked it. I thought it was just a very slick, well constructed, very enjoyable kind of procedural film.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I also liked how the big guy, the big brute, was played by Sala Baker, who played Sauron in Lord of the Rings.
Really?
So nice to see he's still getting work. Yeah.
I did not know that. So that's crazy. Yeah. Not a like a huge like famous cast or anything like that, which I mean that would have like improved the movie at all anyway, just like as long as you get the best actors. But like as far as like
the guy from Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, that's where he was from. I was like, you look familiar. Like the law guy, the lawyer guy. He was like, you look familiar. I think you're from somewhere. I just can't put my finger on it. But yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Michael Fassbender was pretty good. I thought he gave like a good. I don't think this is like his best performance or anything, but like he gave exactly what he needed to give. So, and now I could really go for a McDonald's sausage McGriddle about now. So, oh yeah.
Bro, how do you know what the order was?
I mean, someone told me.
That is the most American detail.
Yeah.
But it was a McDonald's in France, so that was the thing. So that makes it even more embarrassing. So no, someone just told me what it was.
Yeah.
Someone.
I looked at that and I was like, what the fuck? McDonald's has that thing. What is that? And then now Timmy's just knows exactly what food item it was.
I'm not even like I don't even like actively go to McDonald's. Like
he conducted the sniff test through the screen.
I could taste it. Yeah, I did. I could feel the hunks of meat, egg, and cheese in my mouth as he was biting into it. Yeah. So. Yeah, I just someone told me what the order was, and I was like, oh okay, and then I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Yeah, and plus like it looked like.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. It looked like it's thank you Jules for sending that. What was it? I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh no, now I don't remember what I was going to say. How did you guys feel about the product placement in the movie? Because there's a lot of like either like
I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of like brands like thrown in the movie, or like he straight up mentions brands like Airbnb and stuff like that. I thought it was fitting for the movie because this is an assassin who uses all of his tools at his disposal. So if he'll need to use like McDonald's or Amazon or something, then he's gonna do it. So I thought it fit what it was going for. So
I liked when he said, "Good luck with the Wordle."
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah.
5 out of 10 didn't work for me.
Oh, 5
like
out
parts
of 10.
of it quite a lot though.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. So.
Killer 8 out of 10. Very enjoyable. Very much enjoyed. Glad Finchy's back. Parts of the ending and stuff didn't like, but yeah, really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm giving this like a low 7 out of 10. Like I said, even though I liked it, I would never consider this anywhere like near my favorite or best of David Fincher's films. I can name like 4 right now that I like a lot more than this one. So, but that's just me.
What is your favorite David Fincher?
It's a constant battle between Zodiac and Social Network, because I gave both of those a 10 out of 10, and I like equally love both of those films. So
yeah, Zodiac's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Zodiac is like not only just like the perfect like serial killer true crime type movie, but it's like you could argue
it's also just a perfect movie.
It's a perfect movie. You could also argue it's the precursor to Mindhunter, because there are a lot of like not just like subject matter wise, but also like the presentation wise.
Yeah,
why
do you think I'm so mad that Mindhunter's not a thing anymore?
No, I'm mad about that too. Like I understand that like David Fincher wants to move on to other things, but like damn it, you can't just end on a cliffhanger, bro. Like what the fuck? So yeah.
I will never stop being mad about that.
Yeah, we will never get a conclusion to that story, and it pisses me off. So yeah. But yeah. Oh well, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then like the third or fourth ones like or 7 and Gone Girl, but those are like high 9 out of 10s. Like I could probably see myself giving them like perfect scores at some point, but they're like at nines right now. So.
I like Gone Girl a lot.
Yeah, Gone Girl is really, really great. Yeah, so and then I haven't seen The Game, I haven't seen Panic Room, and I haven't seen Fight Club. Those are the only 3 I haven't seen from.
I haven't seen Fight Club.
Yeah, I've mentioned this before, guys. This is not news anymore. I've mentioned this before.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah, and I somehow have never had the ending spoiled for me, so I'll be going in with like a fresh new perspective.
Oh.
So.
Have you never seen that shot of the bee?
No, not really. Not really.
Watch the Chinese edit. It'll be funnier.
I heard about that. I know, but I purposely like limited myself on.
And you didn't get spoiled.
Well, I purposely limited myself to that as much as possible. The only thing I knew about that experience was someone told me that the Chinese edit ends with an end credit saying the cops caught the bad guys, but I didn't know what that specifically meant. I just know that like the CCP won at the end, I guess. So
trust me, it's funny when it's the funniest thing when you watch it.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It makes like no sense within the context of the film.
I'm really excited. Everyone keeps hyping this movie up. I really just hope this isn't like a Sixth Sense type thing, because the Sixth Sense has also been like hyped up.
Nah, if you like Fincher's other movies, you'll like Fight Club.
Fight Club?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'd be extremely surprised if you didn't like this.
I mean, I would be surprised if I didn't like Fight Club either. I could see myself not liking Panic Room, because I know like Panic Room is also one of his like lower tier movies. I don't know how I'll feel about the game.
Room.
I don't know how I'll feel about the game, because I don't know anything about the game. So, the movie, not getting games in general. So, but yeah, other than that, I've seen everything else from him. I kind of want to rewatch Social Network. It's been a long while since I've seen that one.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, but other than that, so. What's your favorite Finch movie, Luca?
Zodiac. Oh wait, no.
No, but
what's your favorite,
because you
Luca?
already answered.
You said Zodiac.
Because you already answered Zodiac. Yeah. So.
I guess I would say The Social Network, but every time I watch The Social Network,
fair choice.
It doesn't hold up as well as like the first time. So like I don't know, but maybe that'll like. Or like 7, maybe.
7's great. Yeah.
Not Gone Girl?
I have to watch Gone Girl again, honestly.
Mm.
I kind of want to watch Gone Girl again.
I don't think I watched it in the right conditions the first time I watched it. So
somehow,
I think I'll probably like that one.
The movie somehow got a great performance out of Tyler Perry, and I think that is the most shocking thing out of anything that happens in Gone Girl. So.
It somehow got a good
performance. It is a good performance.
Ben Affleck. So
Ben Affleck can give decent performances. Yeah, don't be mean.
Ben Affleck is the perfect man. Have you guys seen the photo of Ben Affleck tripping over on the pavement with his Starbucks?
No, you'll have to show me sometime.
Such a funny photo.
But anyway, I don't have a good transition, so I guess we should just talk about the movie that Luca.
Speaking of killers,
recommended. Yeah, speaking of killers, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of killers.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
I recommended a movie called Angst.
Angst.
The killer Angst.
Yeah, what was I saying? This movie is a movie directed by a movie maker. It's directed by some random guy called Gerald Cargill, yeah, who's made like one documentary that I tried to find, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and then this movie, and that's it. and like. Yeah.
Is there any reason he stopped making movies? Like what? Like why did he end on this?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this dude.
I don't know.
He just doesn't exist.
He's just kind of one of those randos that makes like one
page,
movie.
Because I would have loved to have known more about the guy, but his Wikipedia page is like bare bones empty. It's like fuck. I wanted to know more about.
Yeah, he's just some random Austrian guy that made this really fucking sick movie. Sick in the sense that like the production and technical elements of this film are crazy. Yeah. And also sick in the sense that this movie is just fucking vile.
Disgusting.
It is pure, just horrific horrificness, pretty much. It's horrific horrificness. It essentially follows a person that is released from prison, and he goes on a little killing spree, pretty much. It's just about a fucking serial killer psychopath in like the most literal definitions of the word you can think of. And yeah, it's an interesting watch. What did you guys think of Angst?
I was quite unprepared for how unique this film was gonna be.
Yeah.
I heard it. It's been on my list for a while because it's a key inspiration apparently for Jasper, one of my favorite filmmakers. And apparently it was an inspiration for funny games, if you guys couldn't gather that probably already.
Do Michelle Haneke and Gaspar Noé just go to the same sources of inspiration? Because they also like both really love Salò, 120, 120 Days of Sodom. Like that's also Salò, yeah.
Yeah.
And
so does John Waters.
People understand.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I was it's a really, really fucking disturbing film. There's some really, really, really like intense, like really, like not gory, but like just fucking disgusting sequences, and very, very unconventional camera work, which I was quite a fan of. I loved that claustrophobic feel it had to it, and like just fixed, stilted kind of.
I know
way.
It's crazy how they shot this movie.
I don't. Yeah, some of it I'm like, how the fuck did they do that?
Yeah.
The cinematography is just wild. Like the specific shots in this film are just like so crazy that like they're kind of like etched into my memory now. Like I can remember like very distinct specific shots in this film. And it really like adds to the movie as well. It's not like fucking I don't know. I don't have a good example, but like it's not like an afterthought or like pretentious like it choice or anything like that. It actively like helps the experience. Like you because this entire movie is like it's told from like a serial killer's perspective. Like we are literally like in this ride together with him. Like we're thinking everything that he's thinking, and we're seeing like how he like feels and reacts and stuff like that. And like the camera, the way it's shot, like really adds to that as well. Like lots of like either overhead like high angle shots or low angle shots. So just like the way that a lot of the scenes were blocked was just like really interesting, and I thought was like really cool. So
yeah, definitely. Like it's very unique in its style. Like when I originally when I watched this movie, like I think I watched it a while ago, so I didn't like I definitely remembered the movie, but I was under the impression that the whole time like the camera was kind of attached to him. I kind of forgot that there was actually some other techniques of filmmaking in this film. But like no, yeah, it switches between a lot of really great stuff. There's a lot of like, I mean, I guess they didn't have fucking drones in the 80s, so I guess there's like a lot of crane movements or like helicopter shots or something fucking wild where like the camera is just in the sky. Yeah, zip lines probably, like following this guy as he like runs through the forest, and there's great like the film just like utilizes the camera so perfectly. Like even from the first shot alone, we are just thrown right into his perspective. There's no like opening title cards or anything, or like production intros, or we just are thrown into this movie. Like I mean, depending, I don't know how you guys saw it, but the Blu-ray, it just throws you into the movie. There's like nothing beforehand. There's no logos. There's no bullshit before.
Yeah, that one. I had that as
it
well.
literally just starts on this character. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched this film on Tubi, so like it had some like a couple things before it jumped right in. But I heard like there are some copies of the film where it doesn't waste time; it just like jumps right into the action.
It just starts with with him walking down the street.
Yeah, and it's like such an obscure start. Like you feel like you've accidentally skipped halfway into the movie, but no. That's just the start of the movie, and like Timmy said, you are literally forced. I wouldn't necessarily agree. You're like thinking what he's thinking, but you are definitely like forcefully attached.
You're forced along with it.
His experience, like you quite literally are this
almost physically
that's attached to him. Like forcefully watching like his every move, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the moves he makes are fucked up. He essentially goes through and kills this family
for no reason, like,
and does some some even more horrid and fucked up shit to them. Spoilers for Angst.
Yeah, spoilers.
Like I think I found like that whole sequence where he breaks into the house and kills the family. It feel like I think there's definitely something interesting to say. That the serial killer starts narrating about his family while he's going over and killing like this random family. Like, could that be kind of like a sign of maybe his past and the stuff that happened? It's weird that this movie is kind of like he's just narrating like through most of it. Like you're just forced to deal with like this guy's bullshit. Like
kind of like the killer.
Yeah, kind of like the killer. Us on Farrell Films, we always have these weird double bills that make sense with the recent films.
99% of the time,
and it's never planned out, but it always works.
Yeah, they're never intentional.
We've gotten continually more fucked up as this episode's gone on. We've gone from FNAF to the killer to Angst.
To Angst, yeah.
FNAF,
just
killer,
like
Angst.
The scale of horror, but. Yeah, I mean, this episode, we're recording this on the 11th of fucking November, but I recommended this movie with the intention of it kind of being like the Halloween movie recommendation, and it kind of fits. It kind of is like
it very much fits.
Horrific and very horrifying. It's kind of like a interesting spin of the home invasion movie and kind of provides some interesting reasons for why someone would choose to break into a house and kill people, and the movie's reason is literally no reason. It's for the sole fact that this guy is just pure psychotic, pretty
enjoyment.
much.
That, and he just like gets a huge ass hard.
Or not even enjoyment, the pure like he has to, like it's within him, like he can't stop doing it physically.
He's constantly talking about like how much he like desires, like he gets excited about the fact sexually that he gets excited about the fact that like he gets to kill these people. I mean, after he kills that one girl, he literally just like he commits necrophilia against the body. It's like he clearly like gets a lot of pleasure out of this, and it's a really fucked up, like very disgusting like experience. But it's like. But yeah, like you said, it's like I can totally see a lot of similarities between this and like a Gaspar Noé film, where it's like the film is showing you fucked up things and it doesn't care if you're uncomfortable. It's like it's shoving your head into it and basically saying like, look at this is awful. And I'm not saying that as like a negative. I'm saying that as a compliment, where it's like the movie doesn't hold back, and I feel like in a Hollywood Americanized version of this film, they would like either pussy out with like how violent and like grimy and brutal like the violence is, or B, they would try to make the serial killer like as sympathetic as possible, be like, actually he came from a rough childhood and blah 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 blah, which I guess like they kind of did that as well here, but it's in a way where it's like, but it's not in a way where it's like... I don't think
it's in a way where it's being sympathetic for her. They're just providing
context.
The backstory for this person. Like, I think it's interesting that
It's more like this was the sequence of events that led to this.
It was kind of like a documentary in a sense, because even in the beginning, like the film says like this is based on true events, and then very early on in the film you kind of get like a recap of like this person's life. So yeah, it kind of feels like it's trying to be like a kind of documentary-esque in that sense. It's kind of like one of like those I guess a really fucked up version of like one of those like true crime like murder documentaries where they like investigate like a serial killer kind of thing, except from the perspective of that serial killer, you know, like yeah. And not once does the movie make you empathize or feel good for this character. The movie knows
you feel like shit the entire time.
He's a shit.
He literally looks
evil.
like a supervillain. Like he looks like the most horrific man. He looks like a fucking like rat.
Yeah, he looks like he came straight out of Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, he just looks like pure.
You're gonna ask me a riddle.
He looked like Alfie Allen. He looks like Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I was thinking of him, someone like that.
Yeah, I that's all I could think of. It's like you're Theon.
His kind of weird looking face looks familiar.
Yeah. So it's a very like purposefully uncomfortable movie, but it's also very effective in what it wants to accomplish. Like I got a lot of similarities between this and Clockwork Orange. Like there was a lot of like Clockwork Orange esque elements of this film, not just like in terms of the home invasion element, but also like the overall themes.
Not as funny though.
It's not nearly as funny, and I would argue not as good as Clockwork Orange, but it felt like it was kind of similar in the sense that, because they also talk a lot about themes about like what's the word?
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Okay, yeah. They talk a lot about themes about like what's the word? Like bettering yourself, I guess I'm trying to find a more specific term, but like bettering yourself, like, cause like they have this opening
self-improvement.
monologue, self-improvement, where like, because they have this opening monologue, at least like what I saw, because I saw it on Tubi and had this version where he just kind of like he talks about how like in prison, like the purpose of prison is they're trying to like make you better, like they're trying to like get you to shake off like your
better oneself
criminal ways and blah 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 whatever, you know, like basically like the whole point, it's reform, like it's trying to reform you to be a better person. But like literally 2 seconds the moment after he like leaves prison, he's already thinking about killing. He's like, I gotta kill, I gotta do some murder.
He's already been thinking about it in prison. He's like, I've already got my plan formed. They're not going to catch me this time.
Yeah, but then he gets caught again. it's like and just like the moment
and like they say basically that he gets caught like every time. Like he's kind of like if anything, he's kind of like a fucking idiot at doing it. Like he's an extremely fucked up person, but like
he's a dumbass.
He's not very like, good at getting away with shit. Like he failed to kill that taxi driver, and then he just like basically dipped and just ran into the woods.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the score in that scene was amazing. That was such an incredible use of music to build atmosphere.
And music in general was surprisingly like really, really good. Like I didn't think like electronic music would be
haunting.
Fitting for something like this, but it works very, very well somehow. You know, like holy god. So it's just the music in general is great, but also how they utilize the music is great. And I love like even before the killings start happening, like when he's at that that coffee shop, and like it's constantly cutting between him eating the sausage and then like him staring at like the young girls like sitting across from him.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's like really, really uncomfortable, but purposefully uncomfortable. Yeah.
I've never seen good acting of someone eating like that. just the way he was like the way it was cross cut between like him, the extreme close up of him like biting into the sausage, like chewing it in like a really uncomfortable, like gross way. No, not even really gross way, but
I mean, it's kind of gross.
Just how. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of gross because the sausage looked kind of gross, to be honest. It did not look like a good sausage.
Yeah, you would know.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. There's good sausages, and then there's my good ones. And then there's the ass German Angst ones.
Yeah, but continue your thought. Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, but...
interrupted.
Yeah, just the way he... Yeah, as I said, the way he bites into that is just, like, it looks like... It just feels, like, really uncomfortable. You feel that insatiable hunger that he has. Like, he is so tempted, like, to then and there just, like, to kill these two random women in this little cafe place. And it's just, it's so tense and just terrifying, basically. Like, it's like, is this guy just gonna snap at any moment, as we've seen in the opening of the movie, where he just shoots that old woman and just do something like horrific? In a way, also, it kind of reminded me of the house that Jack built, except that he doesn't kind of get better at it as time goes on.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, what I guess will not really like about the movie, or I don't know how to phrase it, but the movie, it doesn't really, it's not for the character. It doesn't really allow him to be like this super good serial killer that can just go off and do whatever he wants and kill whoever he wants. Number one, the police always seem to catch him. And number two, he's also just fucking pathetic at it. Like, he's like clumsy and
spontaneous.
He's spontaneous, and he's like, and like he does it for a rush, but like he always ends up fucking it up and like just ending up back in prison. Like, I think in the movie, they said he's been to prison like 4 or 5 separate times or something.
Yeah.
Like, and the most recent time, it was 10 years. And in the beginning, when he gets out of prison, he's like, yeah, they're not going to catch me this time. And then by the end of that movie,
they do.
Yeah.
You have this amazing shot of the camera flying up. And yeah.
Yeah, 6 times the charm. 6 times the charm. Yeah. No.
There's something interesting that I noticed about the film. I don't really know what it means, but there's a significant like focus on the imagery of mouths in this movie. Like, obviously there's kind of like the reoccurring shots of him just completely munching down that sausage. But
fucking Christ.
Yeah. Even that was so disgusting, like, for no reason. Like, but there is like a lot of close-up.
Is that how you guys feel when you see me like eating the Australian hot dogs?
Yeah,
pretty
like,
much.
Oh my word, that is a little bit.
But at least the sausage in Angst was at least like appealing. It looked actually delicious. Then compare that.
No,
to
it didn't.
No, it
sausage.
didn't.
German sausages look terrible.
But German,
you, Antonio.
But Germany is known for their sausages. That's like one of 3 things that they're known for.
I know, but in the movie they like made it look so gross.
Yeah, maybe the director just doesn't like sausages.
But yeah, like I think like in the house, like there's also like kind of like a close up of his mouth, and you can kind of see like his spit and saliva and stuff. There's a focus on the girl's lipstick in the shops, and there's also like a shot where like I think it was the mother of the family that he kills, like her like dentures are lying on the floor and stuff. So there is a lot of imagery of like mouths and stuff. I don't quite know what it means. Maybe it's kind of supposed to be like this kind of like this guy's taste and desire for like killing and stuff.
I would say
there's definitely something to do with it that I picked up on watching the film.
I would say it's an it's a representation of his kind of insatiable hunger to kill.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
he just the way he I was saying this before you were away. The way he chomps down on that sausage like so fast and also so kind of like
aggressive
in a weird way. Yeah, aggressively is the right word for
it. Symbolizes his hunger.
The line
to kill.
between like him needing to kill, like he needs to kill just as we need to eat to survive.
Yeah.
As much as he needs that sausage to be not hungry, he needs to kill to feel whole. Because that's the kind of fucked up evil person he is.
Yeah. And he also like he's like so fucked up that he kind of even like teased the killing a bit as well. Like he didn't go in and like instantly just slaughter them and leave. Like he like takes the bodies with him. Obviously he fucks the dead bodies. I did not want to say that sentence and I tried to avoid it.
That's why I said how I said it instead of how you said it.
And he also he like takes a while to kill them. Like he like traps them up and ties them to things and like teases them by like drowning
it's like
one guy and like
slow
it's
torture.
a very slow death.
Like he wants to like kind of savor this experience, and it's so unbelievable.
Yeah, he straight up tries to save the woman when she starts like kind of dying, basically, because he's like, that's not the way I planned it. I want her to suffer more. Like,
exactly.
I don't want her to have like an easy out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you can tell his frustration by that. Yeah, I think it's really like in a dark humor type sense. Like, he gets really frustrated by the fact.
Not even a dark humor, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean it's just a sadistic. Like this guy is like he's so frustrated not because the woman died, but because she died too fast. But then he gets so much pleasurable enjoyment out of like stabbing the daughter to death and then committing necrophilia. It's just Jesus Christ. It's like it's really horrific to watch, but it's also like it's kind of like it's kind of like watching a train wreck. I'm not saying the movie is a train wreck. I'm saying like an analogy would be like you're watching a train crash and it's horrible to watch, but you can't help but keep watching type thing. And this is kind of like a similar thing where it's really disturbing and
you're kept there watching the train crash.
Yeah, it's like it's literally like, not to go back to Clockwork Orange, but it's literally like propping your eyes open and being forced to watch it while like eye drops are being like dripped inside your. It's kind of like that experience, like So, it's just a really like. And it flies by too. Like I was checking the runtime. Like
it's a short film.
Yeah, while I was watching it, I was like, wow, we only have like 30 minutes left. Like Jesus, like this goes by fast. I mean, because like you said, it is a short runtime, but that's what I appreciate about this movie. And I'm kind of like really upset with like modern movies these days, where it's like this movie does not waste your time. It just gets straight into it, like we've talked about, and it's just one home invasion, and then we're done. Like it doesn't feed you bullshit. It doesn't like add any unnecessary scenes or dialogue. It just like it just is what it is, and I kind of respect it for that. So
yeah.
That being said,
it's just such a like
go ahead. No.
A brief but memorable kind of just
it
glimpse into the mind of. Yeah, like I've not stopped thinking about this film.
Yeah, it's really memorable.
Like it's just, oh my lord.
Yeah, I still haven't been thinking about this even a couple of days when I saw it since. So that being said, I don't think this is a perfect film because I do have some issues with the film, like some, and they might seem minor, but like they did kind of take me out of the film a little bit. My first issue with the film was when she was tying up the daughter, or like I assume was the daughter, like up, she didn't see
to the doorknob.
Yeah, to the doorknob. She didn't seem like she was like that freaked out or scared by what was happening. She just seemed like she just didn't give a shit. Like it seemed like she just didn't care. Like the only time where I was genuinely believing the fact that she was like running and scared for her life is when she's like screaming while he's like stabbing her to death. Like that was like horrifying to watch. That like that was really believable to watch. But like when she was getting tied up to the door, she was just kind of like, this is what's happening. I was like, that took me out for a bit. I was like, what? What is?
I mean, I would honestly kind of argue that like feels more real. Like it's like such an awkward,
she just kind of had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, like it was such an awkward and like clumsy and like awful experience. Like, why would someone go through all this effort to do such a horrific thing?
But I at least expected a little bit more of a reaction than that. But like, I'm not saying like she should have been like screaming like every second like a slasher movie or something. But like, I don't know. I was expecting a little bit, like, you're getting tied up by a random stranger that you have no idea like why he's doing this. I would expect a little bit more of a reaction than that. But I don't know. I've never been through a home invasion. I've never been tied up, so I don't know. I guess I can't really speak to this. But there's
also like a really screwed up bit where like he's tying her up, and you can even see her like trying to kiss him, like trying to like be like, hey, like, I will give you pleasure, just don't like kill me, or don't
hurt me.
Don't hurt me.
But like, he doesn't give a shit.
Like, so screwed up. And like you could say that about every like section of this
every
movie.
aspect of this
every minute of this film,
every single scene.
And it's weirdly, it's kind of like a vampire movie as well. Like,
when he drinks his blood, that was weird.
Like,
that was the most gross scene for me when he vomits. Like, I was like, that actually made me like gross out. Like, I had to
I have
get,
kind of like
some water after that.
I have kind of like a hidden theory that this is like kind of like a secret vampire movie, because like even the main guy, like he looks too comically like
Nosferatu type.
Like, yeah, he looks like too like weirdly evil to like.
He does kind of look weirdly unnatural.
Yeah, and like he's been in prison for like so much of his life, but doesn't really like seem to age and stuff. Like
that's an interesting way to look at it. You could kind of see this as like
ages, but like
he kind of ages.
That is an interesting.
And like
it's almost like we look the same all our lives.
Like, and he has like this undesirable like want to kill and like do this stuff. Like it kind of like can be seen as like if there was like a human form of a vampire, this would be it. Like, this would be the closest possible fucking thing. Like, but
that's an interesting.
Do you guys have more to say?
Well, I did have one more issue with the film that did take me out a bit, which is the literal last like minute or two of the movie where after the guy gets caught, and like it like I that overhead shot, like helicopter shot, however they got that shot, was really cool.
I know, it was a crane.
Or a crane, however they got probably. That, it was really cool. But like the last like monologue where they had some random ass doctor just explain his condition, I'm just like, who is this for? Like, I just saw the movie. Like, I literally just saw him talking, like, have this inner monologue of, like, why he's killing and, like, what drives him or whatever. Like, why are you repeating this information? Like, I already know. I saw the movie. Like, it was so redundant and so, like, unnecessary. It was like the ending of Psycho, where they had, like, that, spoilers for Psycho, where I mean, not that you should care. It's an old-ass movie. But just in case. Where, like, at the end of Psycho, they had that, like, random doctor show up and then just explain the movie to the people who are dumb, I guess, who are just like, so this is what happened and why it happened. It felt like a similar thing, but, like, but it's even more insulting in this because, like, I feel like for up until that point, the movie, like, respects your like intelligence, like it like it's not like trying to hold your hand at any point. It's like clearly trying to showcase you what kind of person this is, and like, you know, he's like fucked up nature and stuff. But then, like, what's the point of like the doctor explaining why he needs to kill? He kills the same way we want to eat. It's like, that was so unnecessary. Why did you put that in the movie? You know? So, but that's just me. Yeah, that's just how I felt. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, despite how fucked up this movie is, thankfully they didn't go the extra mile of being even more fucked up and kill the dog.
Yeah, is there any reason why he didn't kill the dog?
God.
I was a bit. I mean, I'm very happy that he didn't kill the dog as well because I'm a dog person. But was there any like deep at least thematic reason as to why he let the dog live? Like, I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think I think it was.
You might have just liked the dog, and it was a pretty cute dog.
Maybe it's like a Tony Soprano thing where it's like he has no like empathy for humans, but then the moment an animal's involved, he like freaks the fuck out and
But he likes torturing animals, though.
Does he? Did he say he tortures animals?
Yeah. They said at the start that he tortured animals,
I remember,
and that his mother worried he could be lethal towards him.
Mm-hmm. So.
Or towards her.
Yeah. Well, at least the dog was okay. So. Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. I mean, I've said everything I wanted to say, unless you guys had anything else you wanted to mention or talk about.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I wouldn't say it's like up there in like my favorite movies ever, but also like I don't think I have any problems with it. Like, I think it's kind of just like this perfect little fucked up psycho killer movie, like, and that's all it's trying to be, and it's obviously trying to like talk about that topic and the fucked up nature of it. But yeah, like I don't really have any problems with it really. Like, yeah, it's just a great film.
Yeah, it's a perfect little movie in its own way. It's not it's not like a perfect movie, but like for what it is, it's a perfect movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I would. I hope you guys liked it. I would give this one.
I did like it, even.
I would give it like an 8 or maybe a 9 out of 10. Like, it's up there. Great movie. Even though it's a great movie about completely morbid subject matter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also give this an 8. Very much something. Glad I watched it, but probably won't watch it anytime soon again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm giving this one a high 7 out of 10. Like I said, I had like some issues with the film that like held it back for me, but like I could totally see myself if I ever watch this again, and I definitely see myself watching this again. I could give it like an 8 in like a rewatch, but I think a 7's like good for now. So sorry to contribute to the meme again, but that's just how I feel. So
Damn, there needs to be a poll of how many 7s Timmy's given on this podcast.
I've given scores higher than an 8. There are plenty of movies I've given higher than an 8.
I know.
Yeah. So,
but probably most of them's a 7.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, is all I'll say. So, but yeah, great. Another.
All righty.
Want to answer one quick question from Matthias?
Yeah, so we have a special kind of request question, and we're doing that because I totally forgot about the normal questions. But Matthias has asked Timmy, but I'm stealing it. If we could rank our top 10 favorite movies that we've seen for the podcast so far. Which he could probably just go look at our lists on Letterboxd, but maybe he wants some justification or something for why we ranked them in the spots we did. So, yeah. Who wants to start?
I have my list popped up, so I can just go first. Jules, you can go first then if you want to.
Yeah. Number 1 film we've discussed, Safe. easy best. Just number 2, probably Diving Bell and the Butterfly. Beautiful film. Love it. Number 3 would be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Kind of speaks for itself. Number 4, controversially, would be Titanic.
Nah, not controversial.
No, not really controversial at all. I totally understand.
I like big ship sinking movie, and I like James Cameron. Number 5 would be probably Evil Dead 2, because it's awesome, and it's got Bruce Campbell in it. Number 6 would be The Climb, because I was shocked. I had never heard of it and loved it. Number 7 would be A Single Man. It would be A Single Man, because I like sad Colin Firth, and Tom Ford is a cool guy. I am a single man, unfortunately. Too soon. Number 8 would be Dead Man's Chest, because it's awesome. Number 9 would be Perfect Blue, and because I like titties. No, because I thought it was really morbid and amazing. And I'm glad I got introduced to it, because now I'm a fan of Satoshi Kon.
Nice.
And number 10 would be Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I was gonna say you better be a fan of Satoshi Kon,
cool
since we've talked about 3 of his movies already on this podcast. Yeah, so
they're all mid. Denis Villeneuve's better.
Oh, okay, all right. So, yeah, dank ass list. Mine is, I guess you could say, is pretty predictable considering my taste. Number 1 is Perfect Blue. I mean, it's my 4th favorite movie ever, so I would be shocked if it wasn't number 1. Second is Evil Dead 2, my favorite horror comedy film. I mean, doesn't get any better than that. Number 3, Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a movie that I love near and dear to my heart. It's probably one of the most perfect action films. Army of Darkness, like Jules said, Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi, shit. Number 5, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is a movie that's always been special to me, that I've always really, really loved, and is just quite unlike anything else Spielberg has made, unless you count Poltergeist, if you want to pretend he directed that. Paprika, love it. Satoshi Kon, can't do no wrong. Number 7, The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. This was really surprising. I did not expect to like this as much as I did, but yeah, Jules introduced me to a great movie, and I really loved it. Yeah. And then number 8, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Again, love Indy. Dank, awesome. Number 9, Luca, you'll be excited about this. Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Or did I? Yeah, I liked it.
Finally, one of my movies in the top 10.
I really liked it. I thought it was a very. I did not expect to like it as much as I did, but I really liked it. And then another one of yours, Luca, Y Tu Mama Tambien, number 10.
Damn, I'm just barely scraping Timmy's top 10 with my recommendation.
To be fair,
I've only got one. Actually, no, I got a bunch of them.
Yeah, you got all the Indiana Jones. You got all the Indiana Jones movies because you recommended those too. Remember?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Jules.
Yeah, Jules did, not
yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, for me, the most based list for last. I kind of have trouble ranking stuff, but I try my best. Number 10. Oh God. Okay, I guess according to my list, on number 10 is A Single Man, but Titanic, I will say, is close. It's up there. Okay, I'll give Titanic a little shout. But number 10 is A Single Man, a very awesome movie with one of the best openings ever. And yeah, just a great, I guess, debut. God damn. Number 9 is Army of Darkness, because that is just such an unbelievably fun movie and my favorite Evil Dead movie, without a doubt. Awesome stuff. And number 8 would be The Descent. I think it's a phenomenal kind of just traditional horror movie. If we exclude Safe, it would probably be my favorite horror movie we talk about on the podcast. It's my favorite traditional horror film, just blood and guts and shit, just perfect kind of 2000s vibe that I love from movies. And yeah, just such a well crafted horror movie. And number 7, wow, I can't believe this is that low, would be Y Tu Mamá También. Lovely Cuarón movie, maybe my favorite from him. Just such a good movie. It's just so good. It's just such a good movie. Yeah, love the kind of bond, I guess, that movie brings to the table. Love the relationships and characters it explores. And speaking of relationships and characters, number 6 is The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, a movie that will probably make its way higher up the list when I watch it again. Very phenomenal, very potent, very good, and fantastic way of expressing this person's life. Number 5, The Climb, the perfect gay movie that no one ever expected. Hits with me quite a lot. Movies about kind of iffy friendships sometimes do that to me, based on stuff that's happened. But yeah, very easy for me to connect to stuff like that, and I think The Climb expresses it extraordinarily well. One of the best movies from 2019. Number 4, a movie that will probably also go up the more I watch it, is Safe. Todd Haynes, genius. Thank you, Jules, for showing me this random movie that I literally didn't know at all. I'm normally the one that knows about all the movies, but this movie I just completely didn't know anything about.
You know all the movies, every single one,
and very phenomenal. Yeah. Last time I've been touched in such a long time by a completely new experience. So, yeah. Number 3 and 2, my favorite Wes Andersons besides Mr. Fox, Life Aquatic and Darjeeling Limited. We all know why I love those ones so much. And number 1 is I Am Love, Guadagnino classic. Absolute luscious form of artistry, and a movie that people are kind of sleeping on. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually genuinely a masterpiece, from the best director ever. So yeah.
I am both.
That's my favorites.
I am both unsurprised, but also kind of bummed that none of my recommendations made it to your top 10.
So. Evil Army of Darkness is up there, and
wait, yeah, I forgot I did recommend that. I keep forgetting that I did Evil Dead. I just been recommending anime for so long that I forgot I recommended non-animes at some point. So yeah. Well, there's one. So yeah.
And we got a couple of Jules specials in my top 10. But Jules understands me. Jules knows.
Yeah.
Jules knows me.
And then I'm just kind of in my own little bubble. So.
You're not gonna get a movie in the top 10 if you keep recommending anime movies. What would you guys say is your favorite movie that from the other person that they recommended? So if you exclude your own ones. Mine, I guess, would be Safe from Jules, and then Army of Darkness from Timmy, I guess.
Okay.
That would be mine.
Yeah.
That's a
Evil Dead 2 from Timmy, and The Climb from Luca.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I guess Raiders of the Lost Ark from Jules, and then let me look. Life Aquatic from Luca. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'm gonna try pick one for Timmy. That's a movie that I hadn't seen before, because I'd seen Army of Darkness before. I've kind of seen all the movies Timmy's recommended though. I'm not gonna lie.
Had you seen Belladonna of Sadness before?
Oh, Tokyo Godfathers.
Oh,
I didn't see Tokyo Godfathers before. Yeah, that was a goodie. That's my favorite Satoshi Kon movie now because of Timmy. So yeah,
you're welcome. So yeah. So I mean, look, we're still the jury's still out about, because I want us to talk about what our favorite Satoshi Kon movies are. Until right after we do Millennium Actress, which I do want to talk about at some point. That's the last Satoshi Kon movie we haven't talked about yet, and I really, really want us to talk about Millennium Actress. So,
well, we all know what the best Satoshi Kon thing is that you still haven't watched yet, Tim.
I know, I still haven't seen Paranoia Age. I will get to that at some point. So, okay, then let's reverse this. So, what would you? Okay, taking aside Bone Alone and Southland Tales, because that's just not fair. What would you guys say is the worst movie we've talked about on this podcast, aside from those two? Because that's just not fair. We have to level the playing field a little bit.
Super.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I honestly think Evil Dead 2013 is the worst thing we've talked about on the podcast, aside from the other two things we've mentioned. Yes,
no.
I believe that. I sincerely believe
There's
that.
no ways that Evil Dead is worse than Super.
It really is. At least like Super is like.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, Super is not a good movie either,
no
but like, Super like is stupid and bad, but at least like, it just. Evil Dead Remake just pisses me off. That's the thing. It's like it's actively pissing me off the entire time, which is why I have it lower than Super.
I was pissed off at Super.
I guess you could say make the argument, but I wasn't as. Maybe it's just because like I saw it a lot when I was younger, and like that's why like I'm not as harsh on it as you guys, even though I also did not like it in the end either. So, but yeah, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I would say that's another one that we all hated and I didn't think was good. Pirates 3, I'm just saying, it's probably one of the worst movies we've
Pirates 3 has only gotten better in my memory, and the more times I've watched it. It's actually such a banger. It's actually such a banger. Everything I said in that original discussion, bullshit. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay.
Did you rewatch Pirates 3? Actually, I know you guys rewatched Pirates 2, but I didn't know if you guys rewatched Pirates 3 anytime soon.
I rewatched Pirates 3 the other day, or the other month. Actually banging.
I want us to talk about more Gore Verbinski movies. I really want us to talk about Rango at some point, because that's my favorite Gore Verbinski film. I fucking love Rango a lot. Yeah. Yeah, and more James Cameron, please, Jules. I want us to talk about more I want to talk about the his Terminator films at some point. That would be a pretty fun discussion to have.
Please no.
Nah.
Why not?
Titanic and The Abyss are the only James Camerons I'm going to recommend for the podcast.
No Terminators?
Dude, I think Avatar 1 is kind of banging though. Like,
yeah, but like we've already said our piece about like Avatar 2.
We're not having the Avatar discussion.
Yeah, we're not gonna. There's nothing to gain out of an Avatar.
I will bring back the Avatar discussion.
I would be interested to talk about. I mean, like aside from Terminator 1 and 2, because I do think that's a discussion that would be kind of fun and interesting to have. I'd also like to talk about True Lies at some point. That would be. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of it, but I would think it would still make an interesting discussion.
Yeah,
so.
Neither am I.
Yeah. Wow.
Speaking of things that we are talking about, what you gonna recommend, Timmy?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I will.
I know it's a bad film.
Yeah, you know this for sure. So I let me say this. Before I give my recommendation, I want to partially blame Jules for this. For this recommendation.
What?
Because a long time ago, during one of our while I was hosting a watch party, you pointed out that every anime that's ever been talked about on this podcast has been in my top 20 list of all the films we've talked. It's been at least in the top 20 or whatever. And I guess I never realized that. So I figured, well, fuck, I don't want to like seem like I'm just a shill for anime So I feel like I should recommend an anime I actually don't
you
like.
You are, though. That's the thing.
Yes.
Well, okay, but to balance that out, I'm going to be recommending an anime
if you're
that
gonna recommend anime,
like.
at least make it a good one.
Well,
like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is not a good one because I don't even like this one. But I also think it's kind of.
Then why are you recommending it?
Because I want to see you guys suffer. I feel like I've made this clear a number of times. But this is a very specific anime film though, because a director is coming out with their new film, and originally I was going to recommend one of their films, but then I thought I can't choose, so I figured no one has fun, and then we just recommend a movie from this director's son instead, because I win at that by that.
Oh no!
And so the film the film I'm recommending is okay, I will say this. It's not Earwig and the Witch. You will be satisfied with that. It's
I don't care. I know which one it is.
It's Tales from Earthsea. I'm recommending Tales from Earthsea.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I will say right now, this is an anime film that I don't like. I don't like this movie at all. This is Well, you'll hear my more explicit thoughts next episode, but
why couldn't you at least do Poppy Hill or something?
No, that wouldn't be fun for anybody.
Fuck it. Do you want to do a double bill?
No, we're doing Tales from Earthsea, and that's it.
Do you want to do Poppy Hill as well?
Tales from Earthsea is already so long. I don't think we'd have.
With you, Luca.
I don't think we'd already have.
Okay.
I mean, okay, well. We're not going to talk about From Up on Poppy Hill, but I will also, actually, you know what? Fuck it, fine. We'll talk about from you know what?
No.
Fine. Actually, you know what? No, I changed my mind. I'm sticking to my guns. We haven't talked about a bad. We haven't talked about a bad. Well, no, From Up on Poppy Hill is actually okay. I wouldn't say it's good, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as either of his other movies, but it's fine. It's mid. And I would rather talk about something bad than mid. So we're only going to talk about Tales from Earthsea. We're not. You're free to watch From Up on Poppy Hill if you want to. That is your choice. But we are only going to be talking about Tales from Earthsea. So there you go. And also, we haven't talked about a bad movie.
Not if me and Luca have anything to say about it.
I mean,
I didn't like it when I was like smaller. So. If I thought it was if I thought it was bad like 4 years ago when I watched it, I will probably think it's, I don't know, maybe I'll have a newfound appreciation for it now, or it will just still be bad. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I think either way this will be an interesting discussion, because like when it comes to Ghibli, with like all the attention is on like 90% of the attention is on Hayao Miyazaki and like 10% is on Isao Takahata, but no one talks about Goro's films at all, except Earwig.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. But I still think it would be an interesting discussion, even though I'm pretty confident we're all going to hate this. So, but yeah, and like Lucas said, I also saw this I saw this when I was like 13, and I didn't like it. So if I didn't like it when I was a teenager, I'm not going to like it now as an adult.
I saw this February 3rd, 2020. So 3 years ago.
Okay, so
I watched this movie.
So yeah, and Jules, you've never seen this, right?
No, I've never seen this before in my life.
Okay, well, you're about to. So
at least it looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This. We'll let's save our thoughts until the next episode. But yeah, okay. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Tales from Earthsea, directed by Goro Miyazaki, 2006. Watch it because we're going to spoil the film. Yeah, like I said, you guys are free to watch From Up on Poppy Hill if you want. I didn't get much out of it the first time, and I don't really have that big of a desire to rewatch it again. But you guys are free to do that if you want. So, but you almost tricked me into also adding From Up on Poppy Hill, Luca, and I did not appreciate that. We are going to be talking about a bad movie, and you're going to like it. So,
but we talked about FNAF.
So what?
Yeah.
That was a bad movie.
No, I'm saying like a bad recommendation. Like, what was the last time we? Well, okay, I didn't know Super was like a bad one, so like.
Belladonna of Sadness.
Belladonna of Sadness.
You guys are the worst. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. Another day, another dollar, another one bites the dust. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.